Hello everybody. Today we will be focusing on TOEFL Speaking Task 2, taken from Official TOEFL IBT Tests, Volume 1, the 4th edition, ETS, TOEFL. Now let's read and analyze this instruction very carefully. You will now read a short passage and listen to a conversation on the same topic. You will then be asked a question about them. After you hear the question, give yourself 30 seconds to prepare your response. Then record yourself speaking for 60 seconds. Okay, so here we've got a very short reading passage. Our job is to find one particular change, okay, that has already happened on campus. Then we should find two specific reasons why this change is important. So now let's read this passage quickly. Evening computer classes may be added. Okay, so this is our title. The computer department is considering offering evening classes in the fall. Okay, so this is a very important central idea. So this is the change. Next, the proposal to add the classes is a response to student complaints that daytime computer classes have become increasingly overcrowded and there are no longer enough computers available. The department has decided that despite some added expense, the most cost-effective way of addressing this problem is by adding computer classes in the evening. It is hoped that this change will decrease the number of students enrolled in the classes. So this is the first reason, and thus guarantee individual access to computers for all students in computer classes. This is the second reason. Okay, so we need to remember what the change is. The change is that the computer department is considering offering evening classes in the fall, and we need to focus on the first reason and on the second reason. As soon as you get this information, okay, it will be easier for you to listen and understand the conversation between a man and a woman. All right, now you are going to listen to a conversation between a man and a woman. All right, and then you should listen very carefully to this conversation. In this case, the man will give his personal opinion. He will either agree or disagree with this change, okay, and then he will give the first reason why he agrees or disagrees, and then he will give the second reason why he agrees or disagrees. So focus on these three major aspects. Okay, so take notes and focus on them. Make sure that you have written these three aspects, because based on this notes you will give your presentation. Okay, so let's do it now.
Now listen to two students discussing the article.
I just don't think this will work.
Why not?
Because it's not going to solve the problem. Students are busy at night. I mean, we have jobs, families, clubs, social events. Most of us already have something to do every single night of the week.
I see your point. I sure couldn't fit anything into my schedule during the week. I've got swimming practice most nights.
Right. And as far as expense goes, I think they're going about it the wrong way. I mean, it costs money to hire more teachers and keep the academic building open later, which is a lot more expensive than just simply buying more computers.
More computers?
That's right. Computer prices have come way down the past few years, so the department won't have to spend as much now as they did in the past. Besides, the computer department classrooms, you know, the rooms themselves, they're actually very big. There's plenty of space to add more computers.
The man expresses his opinion about the proposal described in the article. Briefly summarize the proposal. Then state his opinion about the proposal and explain the reasons he gives for holding that opinion.
All right, now let's analyze the examiner's instructions. The man expresses his opinion about the proposal described in the article. Briefly summarize the proposal. So we must summarize the proposal. then state his opinion about the proposal. Okay, so that's exactly what we've done, his opinion, and we should say whether he agrees or disagrees with this opinion, and explain the reasons he gives for holding that opinion. Reasons. So here, look at the keyword reasons, plural, right, which means more than one reason. And that's exactly what we've done. I hope you have taken your notes. Now let's look at these notes. Okay, so the man says, I just don't think it will work. It's obvious that he doesn't support this new policy. He doesn't support this idea. Okay, reason why? Reason one, the man says, students are busy at night. I mean, we have jobs, families, clubs, social events. Most of us already have something to do every single night of the week. So this is the first reason why he disagrees with this proposal. Okay, now let's look at the second reason. He says it costs money to hire more teachers and keep the academic building open later. Besides the computer department classrooms, the rooms themselves, they are actually very big. There's plenty of space to add more computers. So this is the second reason. Now we have his opinion, we have the first reason, and we have the second reason. Now let's look at my response. Okay, so now let's just look at this strategy again. Here it says briefly summarize the proposal. Okay, so I have chosen different colors for each particular task. Okay, so listen carefully and repeat after me. The reading states that the computer department is planning to add evening sessions to alleviate the shortage of computers for all students at university. Although this change might require additional expense, the university is willing to make such a financial commitment. The man's opinion is that this approach is unlikely to address the current situation for two reasons. Firstly, most students are busy in the evening with part-time jobs, family commitments. Therefore, they are unlikely to attend evening sessions because it might interfere with their responsibilities. Secondly, the existing room is large enough to accommodate as many computers as required. As a result, the university would be able to avoid significant congestion and staffing expenses. The money would be better spent on the purchase of additional computers. All right. Now, according to the examiner's instructions, right, we must briefly summarize the proposal. Okay, so here we have done this. The reading states that, and have already explained. So try to briefly summarize the proposal. Next, here it says, state his opinion about the proposal. Okay, so we have his opinion, and how can we do it? Look at this carefully. The man's opinion is that this approach is unlikely to address the current situation for two reasons. Okay, so in this case, this approach means this strategy is unlikely to, that basically means will probably not address, means solve the current situation for two reasons. Okay, just look at this carefully. We have two reasons. Next, and then explain the reasons he gives for holding that opinion. Okay, now let's just look at the first reason. We should say firstly, and then talk about the first reason, and then we use the keyword therefore, which means that's why. Okay, and then talk about a possible result of this change. Next, say secondly, then talk about the second reason, and then as a result, talk about a possible result of this change, and then give one more supporting idea or supporting argument that the man adds to his explanation. And that's it. That's the whole strategy of addressing task 2. Good luck with your TOEFL examination.